Hey everybody, what's up? It's about 3:30 in the morning, Saturday slash Sunday. Coming to you guys from the war room, from the office where everything happens. Um, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about motivation, a little bit about not letting others drag you down. I see a lot of comments and a lot of emails and a lot of messages I get on this channel from everybody asking me, what do you do if your family tells you you don't have a real job, if your family tells you that what you're doing isn't real income, other people that look down upon you. And I can tell you that to this day, I still have people tell me what I do isn't real. What I do, isn't quintessential working America, whatever you want to call it. Um, I still to this day I have trouble with it, and I don't have a good answer. But I can tell you that when I go to dinners and I pick up the bill, or I pull up to a valet where everybody else is waiting and I pull in with my car, or I have cookouts or parties at my house, or people come and they stay at our house, none of those questions seem to come up to me. It's always the people that are on the outside looking in. And it's hard to show people and make people understand what you do is a real job. Whether you make $1,000 a week or $10,000 a week or $50,000 a week, whatever it is that you make, as long as you can pay your bills and live a good life, you don't have to be a millionaire, but as long as you leave, some kind of working impression to where you are successful, your mortgage is paid, your bills are paid, there's food on the table, and even if it's not as good of a life as some of the people that might be talking down at you, for you to have the freedom to work at home, to not have your children grow up in daycare, to not have to pay for daycare, to know that you are the master of your own destiny, to pay for all of your own things on your own is such a great feeling. Regardless of the money that you make. I know that there's some of you that aren't going to be as successful as other people, or as I am, or as some of the people that are much much higher than I am. And I may not be as successful as some of those guys that are doing, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. I would love to be. I hope to grow to be that large. I always learn things. I always have things to learn. I always tell you guys to learn more so you can grow. But to handle those people that are on the outside looking in, that want to talk to you like you're any less of a person, or that what you do is any less respectable, those people make me mad. And those are the people that are always dragging you and I and everybody else down. And you know what? Those are the people that are stuck at one level, that are never ever going to move up in the world. They'll never be more than what they are now. If they make $1,000 a week, that's all they'll ever be. If they make $2,000 a week, that's all they'll ever be. And if they make $400 a week, that is all they're ever going to be. And I can promise you, if you look at all those people that are looking down at you and talking down at you, most of them have never improved their life. None of them have ever moved up the ladder, and none of them will ever be more than what they're talking down at you at their level now. And all you have to do is pass that level, and you can shove it in their face so hard. And I'm not a person to condone or encourage in any way looking down at anybody else. These are the people we're talking about. But we want to look down at the people that look down at us. We one day want to be up here looking down at them, because we know those people are never going to move up in life. They spend so much time and so much of their day looking down at others and trying to bring others down, that they'll never be able to move up. And we may not be at that level today, and we may not be there tomorrow or next week or next month, but you will get there by taking a hold of your own financial well-being and freedom and doing it on your own. You will get there. You may fail and you may fall down a few steps, but eventually you'll get to that step where you're able to look down at those people that told you what you were doing wasn't real life. And the time came for me, a lot of you probably don't know this about me, but 10 years ago, I didn't have a car. I walked. I didn't have a place to stay for like probably the better part of 2 weeks. I slept on couches. I slept with a friend. at his house. I slept with his parents in their house, not literally with them, of course, but in their bedroom, in their spare bedroom. I had to make do until I was able to find a way to get to Florida to where my parents were, to move back in with my parents. And I was very young. I was 20 years old, but I still, after graduation, I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know how to do anything. I was completely a waste of time at that point. And I don't mean me as a person. I mean my skills, my motivation, my work ethic was completely a waste. And I didn't know, how to move up those steps, how to move up that ladder. But I learned, and I learned from other people that were already up that ladder. I surrounded myself with videos and people that were up that ladder. I didn't stay in contact with people that were way down here. I didn't listen to people that were looking down at me, even though they were higher than me. They were still way down here. I was on the floor, guys. I was way down there. But they were looking down at me from a level at the time I thought was a level that they were above me and they were better than me. And now I see that and I look at those people and they're nobody. They're nobody. They look down at people because they're not in a position they want to be in. And now I get to show them things. This just came in my email for me. This is my registration for my car to the Orlando Festival of Speed because they didn't have any other i8s. They wanted my i8. They came to me because I have the car that they wanted in their show. And I'm the one that's printing out, it's not even Sunday yet. It's just now Sunday. And we already have, 50 orders to process and 30 or 40 more that need to print. By the end of the day tomorrow, we'll be well over 100 orders. So I'm the guy that has, the house with tens of thousands of dollars in merchandise, and more merchandise in the spare office. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but tons and tons of merchandise just everywhere. The garage that you guys have seen. And I bring you guys this video because I want you to not think about those people that are looking down at you and telling you can't do it, telling you that what you do is not a real job. I'm kind of actually sick of getting the emails and messages and comments about people asking me how to handle those people. And it's not because you're wrong to ask me. It's not because you're wrong to think that those people are in some way affecting you. Listen, you can let it get to your head and let it do bad, negative things to you, or you can take it, turn it into motivation and fire to get up that ladder, to move up that ladder and move up those steps. Those people, to me, I don't even, people ask me that and I move on. I don't even talk to them. I don't communicate with them. I don't email them. I don't message them. I don't comment on their Facebook. I don't do any of those things. You can't let those people affect you. And honestly, asking me how to handle them is not the right answer. Please come look at this video and you'll figure out how to handle those people. You'll be able to know that the way to deal with somebody who's looking down at you and talking to you like you're no better than them, or that your job is no good, or whatever it is to simply succeed. To succeed and to be able to show them that they were wrong. That's how you handle a negative person. We call them negative Nancy's around here. We used to call them a lot worse, but now we don't give them the time of day, guys. And I just want you all to know that if you take nothing else from this video, the way to silence your doubters is to succeed. To be successful will quiet anybody who has ever doubted you and who has ever given you one shred, one line, one sentence of you can't do it. And the answer is not to tell them you can. The answer is to do it and show them that you could. Don't ever let somebody tell you that what you're doing is not good enough, it can't be successful, and that you can't be successful. Because I'll tell you what, I know some people that had zero, that were homeless, worse situations than me, and I've been way down in a situation. People that had nothing and now make millions of dollars. So don't ever let anybody ever tell you that your job is not real and that you can't make money and that you can't be successful at whatever it is you want to do, whether it's buying and selling and reselling all this stuff, whether you're stock trading, whether you want to be a mobile detailer or a carpet cleaner, or whatever it is you want to do. I know people that own all of those businesses who make millions of dollars. It doesn't have to be an online seller. If this is what you've chosen to do, then you can certainly be successful at it. Otherwise, whatever it is you choose to do, be successful and silence those doubters and those critics. It's the only way to silence them. Otherwise, they're going to be on you forever. Trust me. You know, guys, 10 years ago when I had no car and I walked places to try to make deals, to get jobs, to do work, to try and make money, it was probably one of the worst feelings in the world because I had opportunities, but I couldn't get to them. And now that I make a lot of money, people ask me why I spend a lot of my money on something like this, and the answer I give is two parts. Number one is because when I had that feeling of I can't get around anywhere, I thought to myself, I'm never ever gonna have to deal with that again. No matter what, I want to have a vehicle. It's kind of like having a house, and I just wasn't going to allow that to happen again. I wasn't going to be in a position where I couldn't have a car. I was going to do it overboard. I know that feeling. I know what it's like, to almost have to drive a bus or ride a bus or ride a cab place. I did take cabs places. And I don't have the car to show off. I love cars. I love going to car shows. I love everything about this piece of machine. I love the technology and it's cool. But my second part of why I have this and why I do things the way I do them, not just so that I never, when I get to go somewhere, I do it above and beyond what I need to do it. Because obviously a Toyota Corolla will get me from point A to point B to make deals. I don't have to have this car. But this car has opened up windows because I pull up to people who take me more seriously than if I pulled up in a Honda Civic or anything. They see this and they immediately talk to me about things that they probably wouldn't have talked to me otherwise about. And again, this goes back to silencing your doubters. I used to pull up to people who wouldn't even do business with me when I was getting a ride in a cab. They were just, they laughed me off. I was a joke. I pull up in this now and they beg me to do business. They beg me for their business. And it's a whole nother world. So, I'm not saying you need to go out and buy something insane like this, but certainly it opens up doors, and being successful breeds more success, and being around successful people will allow you to open doors that you otherwise wouldn't open. So I say that because I don't want you guys to be around people that are going to try to bring you down because they're not successful. You want to be around other people that are successful so that you can open up doors for yourself and create opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't have. It's one of the things that I've learned very, very quickly in this business and in any business is the more successful people that are around you, that are helping you, the more deals that will open up to you and the more money and the more success that you can have. I know a lot of my videos and a lot of my topics are about being humble and about trying not to let things get to your head. But this is a topic that really drives me insane. When I get those emails and I get those comments and messages where you guys have people doubting you and tearing you down, it just drives me nuts inside because I feel bad for you guys because I don't want those people around me, and I certainly don't want them around you. And I know how it feels to be torn down like that. So the lesson and the moral for tonight is don't let negative people tear you down. Don't surround yourself with negative people. Go out there and make something out of yourself. Make money and be successful, guys. Just make it happen. You're the only one that can do it. Stop going out to dinners. Stop wasting money on Starbucks. Save your money. Invest it. Build a business. And then build a Starbucks inside of your mansion. That's what I say. Give up Starbucks today to have Starbucks for the rest of your life. Whatever it takes, you guys got to do it. You guys know where you're wasting time. You know where you're wasting money. Stop doing it and put the most use of your time and money. And that's just as plain and simple as I can make it. With that, I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to get some sleep. It's 3:30 in the morning. It's almost 3:45. I'm going to schedule this video to post around 9 a.m. when I wake up. I'll probably get about 5 hours of sleep tonight. So it's Sunday tomorrow, 8:39. I'm not doing any sourcing. We're going to do listing. We're going to do some work, some accounting, other things. So busy little Sunday for us here at home, but it'll be cool to, relax with Kate and the dogs and just get some work done. Hope you guys have a successful day. If you're out sourcing, I hope you get good stuff. If you're out buying, selling, whatever you're doing, I hope it's a productive day for you. Enjoy this video, guys. Take it for what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to make sure you guys don't let yourselves get down and out and beat up over people that don't matter. Have a wonderful afternoon, wonderful evening, and a wonderful Sunday, guys. I'll see you soon. Later tonight with another video.